It's Moppy time.
Hello everyone and welcome to every Team Fortress 2 Soldier Cosmetic rated, tiered, put into their rightful place in the world. We did one of these for the Scout, now we're doing it for the Soldier. You can probably guess what the next one will be, but I'm not going to confirm or deny anything about that. Let's just get straight into it. We'll try and keep it brief, but also, there's a lot of cosmetics to get through. And I will be trying to explain my rationale as we go. Number one is, the flak jacket. I'm not sure I accidentally cut off the name when I was making this one. The hardest ones to rate are the early ones, because I've got nothing to compare them to. I just got to think. I think it's C tier. It's pretty middling. It's quite cool. It changes up the soldier's look quite substantially. Normally, obviously, his chest is all red. With this, it's like mostly black. It's completely in character for him. The only reason it's not higher is I just think it looks a bit weird, a bit janky, almost. I'm not sure. I don't think it's paintable either. It'd be nice if you could paint the pouches or something like that, or even the shoulder pads. But it is nice enough cosmetic. The attack packs are kind of similar. He actually has quite a few items now that go on his chest here. There's another one somewhere, which I also can't remember the name of. Can I just find it real quick? I'm not seeing it. No, well, we'll get to it eventually, unless I forgot to fucking put it in the list, which is possible, although there it is, the Patriots pouches. These three cosmetics I think are pretty interchangeable. What's the best one? They probably actually are in this order. The Patriots pouches to me look really janky, but they are paintable. The attack packs are the least noticeable, but also I think the best model. They're also not paintable. They have to be green. But yeah, I think they're all very similar cosmetics, very comparable. But that's the order I'm going with. Bananades, I think it's E tier. Not very noticeable. They're banana grenades. It's like, what other cosmetics do I do this with? I'd rather them be just actual bananas. If they were just actual bananas, you could equip them with, the Halloween ape, chimp head, I guess. You could do that anyway, and that's probably okay, but it would be better if they were just normal bananas. Banana grenades, it's like, I don't really know what this works with. They don't look that nice even when they're painted, in my opinion. They kind of have the same issue that a lot of the Man vs. Machine robot hats have, where they've got just too much metal and rust on it to look nice. Not a big fan. Crit Cloak, it's pretty cool. It's either A or B. We'll put it in A for now, but it could get knocked down a notch. It's very unique. He's not got anything else that really fills the niche that this does. I do like the kind of tribal, ancient history, culty, all that kind of stuff. I'm a big fan of all that kind of stuff. And he does have enough other cosmetics that you could equip with it, I think, to make some interesting sets. This one, what even is that? Is that the Duke? Whatever it's called, the Duke Nukem one? It has to be. It has to be. I don't know why that's so poorly cut out. It's paintable hair. It's in line with his character, and you could make a Duke Nukem cosmetic set with it, which also Duke Nukem and the Soldier from TF2, they are comparable. I think it's and it's like two cosmetics in one because it's the hair and the shade. So I think that has to be A tier. Probably is better than the Crit Cloak. It's paintable hair. I love that. Sharp chest pain, better than the Bananades, but it's not super cool. It's like a knife across your chest. I think you can paint the pouch, but really I don't see why I'd ever equip this. He's got so many cool chest items that I would never use the slot for sharp chest paint. Does it take up the grenade slot or the whole chest slot? That's a good question. I don't think it would change my positioning of it, but if it takes up the whole chest slot, that's pretty bad. That is awful, because he's got so many alternatives. What is this called? Is this the Shelmet? Shelmet? I'm not sure. It's like a Vietnam-style helmet. It has a little cigarette as well, so that's like a freebie cosmetic. And it has, the strap with like the cigarettes and the other stuff on it, much like the first ever cosmetic made for the soldier's stash. It's like it comes with that nisc already attached, which is pretty cool. Is it paintable? I think it is. I think it is paintable, but it keeps like the camo pattern. It's quite nice. You could like paint it yellow to have like a desert camo, or you could paint it grey for like Arctic camo. You could do some cool stuff with it. Obviously, it super fits his character as well. Yeah, but it's not as fancy as either of these two. That's why it's behind them. The War Eagle, it's a tribal cosmetic. It's pretty cool. Like I said, he does have, I think, enough cosmetics that work with that for it to actually be equipable and like make a set with it. But your options are limited. It doesn't have adaptability. It's always just going to be, he's like an Aztec guy. Cool. So it's going to knock it down to B tier. Brass Bucket is probably D tier, above the sharp chest paint. It's a really nice cosmetic. I love how the nose piece is also a rocket. The only issue is he's got nothing to equip it with. He doesn't have any other medieval stuff. Not like the tribal stuff is. What do you equip with this? You could equip the sharp chest paint because it's like a knife and that's like a medieval weapon, but it's clearly in a modern military holster, so actually that doesn't work. I honestly don't know what you could possibly equip it with, so sorry, Brass Bucket. Head Hedge, quite similar to the Shelmet. It isn't 3 cosmetics in one though, it's only 1 in 1, so maybe it does actually go down to B because of that. Grenadier's Soft Cap, quite boring. There's so many, it's so generic. It looks like the fucking rifleman's hat thing from the sniper, the one that became all class or whatever. It's so generic, it's so boring. I don't know why you'd ever equip it. It's going to go E tier because of that. Maggot Muncher? Something Maggot Muncher. Again, it's been cut off. Don't know what he's actually called. Cool. The soldier has a couple of eagle cosmetics that just sit on his shoulders. Yeah, he has the compatriot as well, but I think they do sit on alternate shoulders. You can do like full eagle, have one on each shoulder. That being said, compatriot came first. Private Maggot Muncher, that's his name. Why? Why do you have to exist? Just so we can do double eagle? It doesn't seem worth it. I think it's kind of dumb, honestly. And I've already, in the previous episode, I talked about my disdain for all these shoulder-mounted little fellas that you can get. Not a fan. He's D tier. Sky High Fly Guy. It's really nice. It's a really nice cosmetic, I think. It looks like the hat that the pilot wears in the comics, so that's like a cool little feature. It is just like a nice, clean-looking cosmetic that fits the soldier's personality and background. And I think it is paintable. It's, it's a simple cosmetic, but it's a nice one. The only issue is it does cover his eyes, so you couldn't equip any glasses. But, I can look past that. I really like it. Veteran's Attire. This is very nice as well. Is this S tier? I think it is. I think you could equip it with any other soldier cosmetics and it would look good. It's just a really nice looking chest piece. It's got good paintability. It's good. Tank top. It's kind of dumb. The soldier has some cosmetics that in my head I'm like, they look like a cosmetic that would be in Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. Right? I mean, he does also have a cosmetic from Plants vs. Zombies, but that's a different category. Tank top looks like something you'd get in Garden Warfare, because for like the Commando zombie or whatever. If you've never played that game, I apologise for this dumb metaphor that is going to be completely unapplicable to you, but the hats in that game, a lot of them were just like a thing stuck on your head. This is just a small tank stuck on your head. It's like, what the fuck is this? And that's not even like a hat or anything logical at all. I would only equip this if I also had the taunt where he drives a tank. On its own, it's like too dumb. So I think that could actually be E tier as well. Vampire Vanquisher, paintable hair, looks cool. It's like a fucking, I was about to say Hotel Transylvania. That's completely wrong. It's like Castlevania cosmetic. Kind of weird though. Don't entirely know what you're supposed to equip it with, but it is just kind of nice. C tier, I think, above the Patriot pouches because they do look janky as anything. What is this? Climbing Commando or something? I don't know. Seems nice enough though. It's not one you hardly ever see in the wild, but he does have like multiple snowy related cosmetics, so you could do like a good few sets with this. Yeah, I think B tier above the War Eagle because it's more applicable. There's more you can use it with. This flower pot. This is another Garden Warfare-esque cosmetic. I actually really like it though. I think it's such a clean looking cosmetic. It's so pleasing to my eye. I don't know what it is about it, but I would equip this. I would love to have like one of these. They're probably like 30p on the community market. I could just get myself one. Treat myself. 30p cosmetic. Come on. But apart from I like it, but I also recognise that it is quite bad and unadaptable. What the fuck do I equip this with? It has to go with the brass bucket, but it's worse than that. Worse than that. What is this called? The dumbbell. It's like the exact same boat. I kind of like it. It is a fucking Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare cosmetic again. And again, what do you equip it with? But in fact, the problem is compounded because it's clearly a Christmas cosmetic as well. If it didn't have the holly leaves on it, if there was a second style without the holly leaves, you could get away with it because it could just be like the Liberty Bell. But that's not the world that we live in. So I think it's actually going to be F tier. But guy who made that cosmetic, if you're watching, I love that one. I would have one of those. So don't be disheartened. Bobby Bonnet, it's clean, it's nice, it's unique. You know, it's a good cosmetic. That is a great cosmetic. Maybe B tier. It's similar to the Sky High Fly guy, honestly. It is actually, yeah. Which, you know what that tells me? That tells me the Sky High Fly guy might actually get knocked down. That was my personal bias getting it up all the way there. But it is good. Bobby Bonnet's good as well. Kind of weird. Because that's like a British policeman's helmet. That's what a Bobby is. And obviously the soldier is not British last time I checked. I'm pretty sure he would be quite offended to be associated with us Brits. Dancing Dough. Fucking meme cosmetic in it, but it is like 3 in 1 because it's the bandana, it's the beard, and it's the chain around the neck. So I can't fault it too much. I have to give it a pass. And it's got like stars on it. That's like patriotic or whatever, isn't it? That's like an American thing. Is it paintable? It could be. Could be paintable as well. Yeah, we'll put it C. I mean, it's like, what do I equip this with? Defiant Spartan. The soldier has a weird history of getting like random helmets from different periods of history. I used history twice there, that was terrible. But he has like different time period helmets for some reason. I'm not sure why, especially when there's like, what do you equip this with? It's like the same as the brass bucket. What do I equip this with to make it work? I don't know. So, you know what? Yeah, boom, we can go right next to the brass bucket. There you go. Peacebreaker. This is a cool one. This is like, I think it's a really good soldier cosmetic. It's like military. It's also silly. It is also, it reminds me of Plants vs Zombies again. I think maybe it's just the soldier and the commando zombie, whatever he's called, from Plants vs Zombies are similar. They're both like G.I. Joe fucking, not G.I. Joe, just GIs. They're both like American GI stuff. El Zapatador. That name has to be some kind of joke or reference that I don't get because it's too long and specific. It's very unique, but it only really goes with the party poncho that it was designed to go with. So, not very adaptable, is it? So I'm not really sure what to do with it. That being said, you could do it with anything that would go with like a cowboy cosmetic could go with this. Although saying that, how many things are there that could go with a cowboy cosmetic? Not many. in fact, if any. I think it has to be another D tier, honestly, and it's worse than the fucking flower pot. I love that flower pot. Party poncho, same story as that one. Boom, they can go next to each other. They're meant to be with each other. Rackman is really cool. It goes great with the bread biters or whatever. Obviously, the soldier, he has an affinity for raccoons. That's why he has this cosmetic. So it is in line with his character. It is cool, and there is enough you can equip it with. So, B. Public speaker, amazing misc. That is an S tier misc. It's so funny. And because it is a misc, it's amazing. It looks great with so many of his other helmets. You can totally imagine him equipping it in real life. I think it's really good. Is it better than the veteran's attire? Probably not. Bizarre bauble. It's kind of funny, kind of cute. With the new taunt where he has like the Muppet on his arm. This would go nicely with that, I guess. But apart from that, what are you equipping this with, really? C tier with the dancing doe. They're both like, funny. Breach and bomb. I don't fucking know what this is called. It's a cool cosmetic though, and it fits his character. Yeah, I think B tier, but like high end of B. It hasn't got that X factor that would bring it into A, so it can go there. Hawk Warrior, more like an eagle, I guess. And that's kind of the issue, is that you would only equip it with the other eagle stuff. It's too like sleek, almost futuristic to go with any of his other realistic military things. So like, yeah, what are you equipping this with besides the double eagle that we discussed before? I don't know. But that being said, it's still above the actual eagle. Yeah. Sophisticated smoker, it's a 3-in-1. You get hat, moustache, and cigar. Boom. And it looks really clean as well. That's an S tier cosmetic right there. Right there. Calamitous Cauldron. It's another Garden Warfare special. It's just random shit on your head. So it can go with go here, because I don't think it looks particularly nice either, unlike the plant pot, which does. It's worse than the tank top. There you go, it's there. Exquisite Rack. It's a misc, so that gives it some brownie points. It's kind of cool. It's kind of weird though. Like, what am I actually equipping this with that makes any kind of sense? I don't know. If it wasn't a misc that could be unusual, do I think it would be anywhere near as popular as it is? No, I don't. I actually think it is D tier, but it can go at the top of D because it is a misc headpiece. But I'm not giving it plus points because it can be unusual. That's not how this format works. We're looking at the actual cosmetic, not what effects it can have. Unless it's paintable, that's different. We got our second raccoon-related cosmetic for now. Don't know what it's called. Something Tame Trappers. Don't know. Worse than the Rackman, I think. But a raccoon on your head, it's another fucking Garden Warfare cosmetic, but it is in line with his character, so it can go here. Yeah, actually, yeah, that is good. No. Scooch. There you go. Particular Protector. We discussed this in the previous video. If it wasn't for the fact that it's so topical, I don't think anyone would be equipping this. So that's going to be an F tier right there. The Punisher. It's a Garden Warfare cosmetic. It's just a random thing on your head. It is funny though. I like the way it's clearly been dented to the shape of his head. Because I said it's funny, it gets to go in the funny corner with the funny cosmetics. Haha, they're so funny. Roman obviously goes with the other random historical helmets that the soldier has collected. 1,000-yard stare. Ate it. No contest. That is. It's cute. It's funny. And I like that it uses his original helmet because it keeps like his silhouette the same, and it keeps his look think how many hours the art design team at Valve spent designing the default looks of the classes. Probably more than any like workshop contributor spent designing their hat for that class, I would wager. And so I think whenever you can use the default look to your advantage, you should. Using the original helmet, that helmet has such cohesion with the rest of the soldier's look that if you can utilize that in your own hat, that's going to be a big plus. It's the same reason the lucky shot, boom, is going right next to it. Simple as that. I'll tell you what else is going up there as well, whilst we're on this little tirade. Where is it? Where's my goddamn soldier's stash, huh? I don't know. I can't see it. Oh, we'll get to it. But that's definitely going there. Right, elf defense. It's another elf hat. Everyone has a goddamn elf hat these days. I like this one more than some, I think. I like that it still covers his eyes. Makes it a bit more unique to the soldier, because that's like his thing, is having his eyes covered. But it is exclusively a Christmas cosmetic. However, the soldier does have a lot of Christmas cosmetics to choose from. So there is like stuff you can do with this, which boosts it up a little bit. I think it does make it into C because of that. Heroes Hacky Macky, don't know what it's called. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It covers your eyes. It's like the Halloween restricted terracotta army set hat, but not Halloween restricted. That's pretty sick. You barely ever see it. I think it's nice. I think it's cool. It could be paintable as well, but don't take my word on that. How cool is it? C tier cool. Look, you can go with the Vampire Vanquisher because they both cover your eyes with a band. There you go. Honcho's headgear. It's like a military officer cap and a pair of glasses. That is technically a 2-in-1. It's also not super interesting, but there's nothing wrong with it, so boom, B tier. B tier. I think maybe there. Prefer it to the Climbing Commando. Brain Bucket. Literally a Plants vs. Zombies cosmetic. It's going to go with the plant pot. They're very similar in like silhouette and function, actually. Furious Fukami Gasa, something like that. I'm not sure. It's a weird one. Why does Soldier have so many Asian-influenced cosmetics? It is a really weird thing. Is it because he talks about Sun Tzu in the Meet the Soldier? Perhaps. I don't know. When they added Koth King as a map, there is like a triad bundle that you could buy, and it had like a lot of these cosmetics in. I don't know if it did have this one, but this is a weird looking hat, but they look weird in I was going to say in real life. I don't think I've ever seen one in real life, but there are those 3 guys in Big Trouble in Little China who wear these, and the hats do look weird in that. So the fact that this looks weird is actually on brand for it. That being said, it's a bit too ugly. I don't know. If you wanted to go with like the Asian inspired set, why wouldn't you just get like the Killer's Kabuto instead? I'm not sure why. Armored Authority. It's like makes you look like the general from the Iron Giant, so that's like value right there. That's cool. And it's in Meet the Medic. When the heavy mows down all the soldiers, one of them clearly has this helmet on, which is cool. Maybe it was added in the Uber update. I don't fucking know. What am I, a goddamn TF2 historian? No, I'm just a punter. It's fine, yeah. It's going to go here with these other ones. These are like these 3 here at least for now are like the kind of boring, very on brand, quite nice hats. That's where they're going. Fancy dress uniform can go with them. It's almost unnoticeable though, is the thing. It's another one of these like hard to notice cosmetics like the Pompeii prints and and stuff for the scalp, but it is nice. It is nice. Jumpers G-Cap. I think it has 2 styles. I might make that up. Either way, I think it goes right next to it. It's the same thing. Quite a nice hat. It's a bit worse though. We'll take it down a little notch. Soldier's Stash. There you are. This is an S tier as well, right next to the public speaker. It just looks too good with so many of his cosmetics. It's a really nice misc. I think it is paintable. I think you can paint the band, which is nice as well. Super good. Super cool. Love it. Is it better than the public speaker? They're so neck and neck, it's hard to say. Pocket Medic. I do not care about you in the slightest. But you're not F tier because you were like the original Pocket Pal. So you can get out of F tier. I'll let you off this time. Lord Coxswain's Novelty Mutton Chops. It is 2 in 1. It is 3 in 1. Hair, beard, and a pipe. 3 in 1. The beard looks weird though. Like, it looks like it's made of plastic or something. It's super weird design. You can tell it's like an old cosmetic. If they made it nowadays, the beard would look so much better, probably. And that is going to cost it some points. That is going to take it down to C, I think, but top of C. It's not as nice as looking as Marshall's Mutton Chops. That's like a much nicer looking cosmetic. We'll get to it. Lord Coxswain's Pith Helmet. It's cool, you know. Both of these came together, and they came with the Dr. Broadbort stuff. The Pith Helmet's cool. I do like a Pith Helmet, but it has like the steampunk goggles and stuff on it that actually make it kind of harder to use. If it was actually just a Pith Helmet, you could get away with equipping it with a lot of stuff. But maybe you still can. I think the Jungle Inferno cosmetics help this cosmetic a lot, because now you can go for that like Jungle Explorer look, which is what I at least associate with the Pith. So I'm going to put it in B with the War Eagle, because they're both Jungle Inferno stuff. Stahlheim. I think it's like a German helmet. I don't really know. I'm not good at history stuff like that. It's going to go here. Boom. It's in this bracket. Maybe a bit down a bit. It's very similar to the Armoured Authority. Yeah. Hat with no name. It's like the be all and end all of cowboy hats. This is like, it sets the bar for cowboy hats. And it's a good one. It's a good one. Soldier has a lot of like Stoogie. That sounded like I was kissing. That was supposed to be me like that was terrible as well. I pretend I have like a cigar, a Stoogie, if you will. This would go well with that. It would go well with any beard, really. Lone Survivor, it would look nice with. You know, there's a lot you can use it with. It's a nice hat. A tier. I think it is A tier. Yeah, it can have that accolade. I don't see why not. Right, what are we on to now? The Kringle Collection. Alright. I am going to take a little break and get back to you in no time at all. Alright, welcome back everybody. I went and had a shower, as you can tell from my new image before you, and let's get straight back into it. Right, this one could be a bit controversial. Kringle Collection, I do actually really like it. I think I probably am being biased because I associate it with like Star back in a lot of his classic TF2 videos. I feel like this was one of the cosmetics he used quite a bit, but it is nice. And although it is like, obviously it's supposed to make you look like Santa, it's subtle enough that you can get away with it in other sets, I think. So I think it is B tier. It's not like super amazing. Maybe we could put it with the fancy dress uniform. Yeah, I'd say it is better. Now, this is the controversial part. The Gift Bringer, I think, is D tier. But I will compromise and put it at the front of D. The reason I think it is D tier is It's hard to explain. The idea of it is fine. Obviously, it is quite similar to the Kringle collection. It's like the more obviously festive version, right? This is like subtle Christmas. This is like in-your-face Christmas. But just something about it looks a bit off. I think it's like the texturing or the shading or something. It's the same with the heavy one that's like this when we get to the heavy video. The colour of it just looks off somehow, and it really annoys me. The Allfather, it's kind of an S-tier beard, right? It is like the go-to beard. Soldier doesn't have a million beards, he does have a few, but because it has two styles now as well, it's just too good. It really is. Ornament, armament, it's fine, I guess. It's pretty boring. You can paint them green to make them look like traditional real-life hand grenades, kind of. But it's just too boring, I think. Do we have a place? We'll put it with the Bananades, but it is better than them. Battle Bob. I like that it has a second style where the helmet is on the top of the bob. That's cool, and it is paintable hair. I think we put it here. In fact, maybe it's better. So it's got the paintable hair aspect, which is obviously amazing, and it has the keeping the soldier's original helmet aspect, which I said I enjoyed quite a bit. So that's actually really cool. Service medal, gentleman's service medal. I don't know what it's actually called because it's been cut off. Really boring. Really boring. It is like a relic of a bygone era where cosmetics could be tiny and like barely noticeable. And I don't know why you would ever equip that over like the clan pride badge. So there's nothing wrong with it, but it's going in the bottom of F just because it's so boring. There's a million badges in the game as well. Conquistador. Again, continuing the theme of Soldier having weird helmets from different time periods that don't seem to have anything to do with his character. Two-Fort Tooth Kicker. Kickers. I don't know if it's kicker or kickers. They're cowboy boots. Soldier doesn't have a million billion boots like the Scout does. So they can actually go quite far. He doesn't have many boots at all, in fact. Yeah. So they're actually, they fill out quite a nice niche. I think that gets them into A, if you can believe it. There's not many classes where the Two-Fort Tooth Kicker is going to be A tier, I have the impression of. Cross-Com Crash Helmet, I don't know what it's fucking called. Not as good as the other Cross-Com cosmetics. It's not horrible. It does keep the soldier's original helmet, which I do like, but the rest of it just really brings it down for me. You never see it in game. Maybe if I'd seen it in game a few more times, I would like it more. But I think it is going to go D tier, but top of D. Well, I accidentally moved. There you go. Professor's Pineapple. I don't fucking know. It's like potions that go on you. It's okay. You could do it with like the Calamitous Cauldron. Actually, that would be a nice combo. Or like you can do it with the mutton chops and the pith helmet kind of thing. Yeah, I could imagine that. I think you could do some stuff with it. It's not completely unsavable, but it's still quite bad. So I think that's D tier. Putting a lot of things at the top of D at the moment. Weird. Maybe the shower did something to my head. This one, the captain's cocktails, they're like tin cans on your chest, replacing your grenades with tin cans. It's going with these other grenades. I think it looks ugly. What the hell do you equip it with to make it look good? I have no clue. Weird. Helmet Without a Home, also really ugly looking. Really, really ugly. I get that's the point, but it's just like... And what else do you put it with? What is like another like homeless cosmetic or like ramshackled cosmetic? Obviously, the Captain's Cocktails it was designed to go with, but I don't think it's amazing with them, to be honest. Does the soldier not have access to the your underpants showing through your trousers cosmetic? Maybe I missed it in the list, or maybe he doesn't have access to that. But I feel like that would maybe go with this. I think it's E tier. No, it is F. It's so ugly. It really is. I think the belt is better than it. Honestly is what I was trying to say, not obviously. Soldier's Stogie. I like it. A bit of smoking. It's a nice misc. It is. You would think it would be unnoticeable, but because it has the actual smoke particle effect, it draws the eye. So I think it is pretty good. Is it good enough to be S tier? Not really, because nowadays if you can get a cigar with other things nowadays. You don't need to get it just on its own. So that's going to knock it down to A. Above the boots, with the boots. That's, in fact, these 3 items. There you go. That's like a fucking Clint Eastwood set right there. Don't even know what this one's called. It's like the Man vs. Machine robot helmet. I like it. Where did we put the Scouts version of this? Not sure, but this one's going in B. It's better than the Stahl helm, whatever that thing's called. This one again, the weird like Guile from Street Fighter hair. I don't fucking know what this shit is. It's clearly from something. It could have even been a promotional item. It is paintable hair, but it's just so damn weird. We'll put it with the Vampire Vanquisher. They're both paintable hairs that are also kind of weird. What is this called? The War Pig. It's a good song by Black Sabbath. It is a nice looking cosmetic as well. It's got a couple of variations depending on how edgy you want to be. You can have the balaclava, not balaclava, you know what I mean. The mouth covering. Could be COVID compliant as well, actually, if you want to think of it that way instead of being edgy. I think it goes here with the breech and whatever that thing's called. Stainless pot. It's another, just like it's a random thing on your head. I'm going to put it with the Punisher, slightly under it. Because the Punisher has like I like how it has his head like indented in it. It could have gone with the Plants vs. Zombies style of cosmetics, but I think it's a bit above. Why though? How am I justifying that? You know, I want this to be objective. I'm a man of science. I think it's okay. It's here because it's with like the haha funny hat cosmetics, and these are just like random stuff on your head, and this is like haha funny pot. I don't know. That's not much of a distinction, I'll be honest. There you go. Simple as that. They're both getting moved down. Don't know what this thing's called. I don't really like how it looks on your face. It does have 3 styles, but it's hard to tell the difference between any of them. It is continuing this weird theme that the Soldier has of Asian-inspired cosmetics for no apparent reason. I don't know why he has so many of them. This is like, what, the second one? This could be the second one. Note to self, you may have just doxed your email address in the video. So, censor that bit out. And there goes my phone. Good, another interruption. Right, where does this mask thingy go? I don't. It's going in D. I think it's ugly. I don't like it. Bone Boiler, however, pretty nice. You can use it in a lot of things. It's nicely paintable, but it's still kind of boring. I think C. I think it can get into C, and it's better than these ones. Yeah, that looks good. Exerciser. It's a very nice cosmetic. I'm a big fan of it, and I'm a big fan of it on every class it's equipable for. I think it's quite a great cosmetic, actually. I'm B tier, and yeah, with the Kringle collection and the fancy dress uniform. Chief Constable. It's so similar to the Honcho's headgear, but the Honcho's headgear gives you glasses as well, so it's going to get knocked down a couple of pegs, and it can be here. Deadliest Duckling. It's just going with the other, like, replace your grenades with a random thing. Soldier's Slope Scopers. It's like a mixture between the Climbing Commando and the Jumper's G-Cap, and I think it goes with them as well. The Soldier has like a lot of just like nice headgear pieces that you can equip. Mutton Man. It's not going to get as high as it did on the Scout, because it got so high on the Scout because he doesn't have many facial hair options. Soldier does. And he has like better mutton chops as well. So that's like, what am I going to do? You know, the novelty mutton chops made it to here. Where did the other mutton chops go? Did I not rate them yet? I haven't rated them yet. Well, We'll put it in the same tier, but below. Doughboy, it's like a World War II helmet, kind of boring, kind of thematic, I guess. For the longest time, I thought it was a promotional item for what the fuck, Day of Defeat. Day of Defeat, I thought it came with. It does not. It's quite similar to the proof of purchase or whatever, the hat that you get for buying TF2 as part of like the Valve Complete Bundle or whatever. Or if you bought the game when it cost money, I believe you would have got the proof of purchase as well. But it's just going to go here with the other one. Full Metal Drill hat. I don't know, the Man vs. Machine cosmetics are kind of bad, aren't they? I think everyone agrees on that, or most people do. Some look better than others. I do think this is one of the better looking ones. That being said, I still think it's D. Better than like the Menpo or whatever that is. Soldier's Spark Plug. It's weird, what though? I know it's like the sort of Soldier's Stogie, but Man vs. Machinified, but it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. I'm going to put it with the other like haha joke hats. These three are like funny. Tyrant's Helm, it's a classic. Doesn't really make sense though. You know, I know it's a classic, but honestly, I'm putting it with the other like random historical helmets, but it is the best of them. Steel Shako, really ugly, really ugly. I mean, the normal stout Shako is pretty ugly, and then this is an abomination. Tyrantium helmet, kind of cool. I think it does. I like it. I like the wires coming out of the one horn. That's a really nice touch, actually. I prefer it to the Tyrant's Helm, although, of course, if the Tyrant's Helm didn't exist, this wouldn't exist. So that's like a tricky situation, but I do think it is better. We'll put it with... I'm not going to be too controversial and stick it up here, but yeah, it's nice. It's a nice one. Cloud Crasher, not so nice. I like the ace on it. That's about all I like, honestly. It's not going to go in this huge collection of helmets. It's going to go down here with the Chief Constable. I think it's something to do with the headphones thing. I don't know. It doesn't look very nice. Powdered Practitioner. That's a great hat. Comes in 2 styles. And the Soldier does have a lot of like colonial era American cosmetics. You know, he's got the Founding Father. He's got the Brawling Buccaneer you could get away with. The shoes to match them, whatever they're called, the colonial clogs, Hornblower. There's so many that he can do. It's like one of, I think it's great. That's an A tier hat, honestly. There you go, boom. Brawling Buccaneer. It's a nice misc. He has quite a few jackets like this though, as I did just explain. I think for simplicity's sake, they're all going to be C tier, or all 3 of these. You know. They're pretty interchangeable. There you go. Boom. That's where they all go. And the clogs get to go 1 above. No, they get to go 2 above with the tooth kickers. Because what other like fucking colonial shoes are you going to get? And it is like an iconic shoe. I like really imagine those like square buckles. When I imagine the Founding Fathers, I imagine them all rocking the square buckles on their shoes, honestly. From a European's perspective. That's what I think of the Founding Fathers. Caribbean Conquestor, I don't know what it's fucking called. It doesn't get to go with the Powdered Practitioner. It gets to go with the random hats from different periods of time, I think. Compatriot. We fucked over the other bird for coming second. So there he is. Private Maggot Muncher. So the Compatriot has to be above him. We'll put it... I know, I do kind of like it. It is funny. I feel like it is B tier. I would feel bad giving it C. There you go. Boom. Killer's Kabuto. Quite nice. Has the Soldier's logo on it. I say quite nice. Obviously, again, it is weird that he has this. It is actually... Technically, it is a random helmet from a random period of time. It is again. It's only saved by the fact that there are a lot of, for whatever reason, Asian-inspired cosmetics for the Soldier, and it does look quite nice. So it will get bumped up to B, but I can't put it up with these guys. They're classic. They are classic. This is like the wall that you have to break through. Once you get through that wall, it's pretty easy to get all the way up. This is like the real divide between and ooh, Lieutenant Bites. He is great. He is great, actually. He's in the comics, so it's lore accurate. He's like a misc that doesn't take up any other misc slot, really. What else were you going to put in that slot? Lieutenant Bites the Dust? Well, obviously they're the same character, so you can't. Is it S tier? Fuck it, I think it is S tier, honestly. Boom, there you go. Rebel Rouser. You know what? It gets to go with the big boys. Welcome to the big boy club. And you're bumping the jumpers. No, you're not. You're not bumping anyone down. Ignore me. Shogun's Shoulder Guard. You can go for Killer's Kabuto. There you go. You equip them together and you're a cool dude. Valley Forge. Not as good as the Powder Practitioner, as it doesn't have multiple styles. It can go with the other colonial cosmetics. There you go. In fact, it can go there. No, you can go ahead of them all. You could see there is like, not only can he do a colonial set, he can do multiple. He can do multiple colonial sets with like very little cosmetic overlap. That's impressive, I think. Whirly Warrior, I'm a big fan actually. It gets to go in the big boy club as well. Boom. Macho Man. Not as big a deal on the Soldier as it is on the Scout for the same reason as the Sideburns, wherever the fuck I put there. Mutton Man. Macho Man, you can go together. Cuban Bristle Crisis. One of the best names for a cosmetic in the game. Cosmetic. I went a bit South African there when I said that one. It's a beard with a cigar. I know. It blows my mind as well. So you could say it should go above the Stogie. And maybe it does, in fact. There you go. So I talked myself into it. Viking Braider. I do like it. Not so much on Soldier as the other classes that have it available. Obviously, you could do it with the Tyrant's Helm, but then what's the third cosmetic that you take? Tricky decision. You could do it with the Hornblower, mayhaps. I don't know why I feel like they would look good together, but I do. I think it's a B. B tier beard. B for beard. There you go. I really like this one. The Smithmas Battle Hood. I really dig it, actually. And it has a second style where you still have your regular helmet over the top of it, just like the Battle Bob. And guess what? It's going next to the Battle Bob, but slightly under it because it's not paintable hair, or in fact hair at all. This one, on the other hand, you're going down here in the shit zone. And whilst we're here, you can go there as well. Although Locked and Loaded, or whatever it's called, Socked and Loaded probably, isn't actually a grenade replacer, I think. So it can go a little bit ahead, but they're still both boring. Sergeant's Drill Hat, amazing. Amazing cosmetic. Boom, there you go. Have fun up there. Antarctic Parka, it's okay. It's alright. It's a bit... I don't like the puffy stuff, as discussed in the Scout video. But he does have a lot of cosmetics that can go well with it. I won't deny that. I think C. I prefer the a lot of stuff to it, actually. I think that's a good place for it. Marshall's Mutton Chops, really nice looking. Better than the novelty pipe or whatever. We'll put it with the Viking Braider, a bit better, I think. And you can do it with colonial stuff, which I love. Slowpoke, it's a really cool hat, actually. It's got like some shotgun shells on it and a feather. It's going to go above the hat with no name. And they are quite similar. But there's a time and place for both. They don't step on each other's toes, as far as I'm concerned. You know, they're both cowboy hats, but they're distinct. Hat with no name is like, boom, I am the Clint Eastwood. Slowpoke is like, ooh, who's this? He's a fancy new cowboy. Wow. You know, he's got like multiple helmets, and you're not complaining that I put the helmets next to each other. I can put the two cowboy hats next to each other. Fuck you, I do what I want on this channel. Toy Soldier. It's like a good version of the Stout Shako. Wow. I think it's probably C tier. Maybe the top of C, though. There you go. Ground Control. It can go here. with the Duke. They're both paintable hair. This one comes with mandatory headphones. You could equip it with the public speaker as well. That might look quite funny. Try that one out next time you're on loadout.tf. Killer's Kit. It's a bit too unnoticeable for my liking. It's a bit like whatever kind of thing. I think D tier is like the whatever tier. It can go at the front though. There's nothing wrong with it. Big Daddy and First American. I love them both purely because he has all the colonial cosmetics. Take a shot every time I say colonial. Yeah, they're good. Obviously, they're also like a Bioshock reference or some shit. I don't know. I never played those games. I'm going to put them with the Rack Man, I think. I think I will. I prefer the Big Daddy because it's more recognisable to me. I think that's George Washington and this is Benjamin Franklin. Could be wrong. I am not American, nor do I care about founding fathers. So citation needed on that one. Gilded Guard. It's an ugly helmet. It's a bug planet. Sorry, I couldn't stop myself from doing a fucking what's it called? Starship Troopers reference. I had to look up to where I've got the DVD up there. It's sellotaped to my ceiling. Classified Coif. It's a nice one. It is a real nice one, actually. It gets to be in the big leagues, the big boy B tier leagues. Lumbricus Lid has to be S tier. One very important reason. Yes, I am biased because I love worms. It is 2 cosmetics in one because it's the helmet and the grenades. You do get little comical eyebrows as well, similar to the second style on the 1,000-yard stare. And it is a nice, clean-looking cosmetic. The helmet does fit the soldier's personality and background, but this is the reason it's S tier. It replaces your taunt with the escape plan and the equalizer. I'm imagining I'm holding them. It replaces the taunt to make you, for one, throw the actual holy hand grenade to blow yourself up, and it does the hallelujah when you do it. It's sick, dude. It's sick. Man in slacks. They're nice trousers, actually. They are. That makes it sound like I want to buy them for myself in real life. They are cool, and he doesn't have many trouser options. I think they are noticeable as well. Normally his legs are like a much different shape and colour. These make them all black and more... There's less like variant in width as it goes down the leg. That was a really fucking weird sentence, but it's going to go up here because it does have shoes as well. But it is better because it's the trousers and the shoes. Spook Specs. Nice paintable hair. Really nice paintable hair. And you get the glasses for free. There you go. Also, Star used to equip that as well, but that's, you know, we don't give it points if Star ever touched it with his fucking holy hands, you know. I'm not like a Star worshipping guy. Lone Survivor, I really like it. It's a moustache, and it changes his chin. It gives him like a bum chin, and like the 5 o'clock shadow. It's really nice, really, really cool. Not many cosmetics change your chin shape, you know. In fact, maybe it is S tier because of that. There you go. Cold Front Curb Stompers. Great cosmetic. Would get a lot more use if you could equip the gunboats with them. They're nice paintable hands, just like the old crook combatants for the Scout. I think they are A tier, in fact. I think they go there. Condor Cap. Boring. It is in End of the Line, so it's got like... not lore accuracy. I don't know if End of the Line is canon. I don't think it is, but, you know. It's a nice hat. No, it's not a nice hat. It's a boring hat. That was the whole point. That's D tier. That's a D tier hat. But, yeah. Mistaken Movember, maybe his most boring beard. Maybe. I think it is. That's going to go D tier as well. End of the Line's getting shafted right now. Screaming Eagle, it's a hat and a moustache. And it's not a bad hat either. So, you know what? I think it has to come up here by definition because it's a nice hat like these boys, and it's a moustache for free. Cold Snap Coat looks great. It's going with the veterans attire. Both super respectable. It's not Christmassy. It has like the cuffs and stuff like the Kringle collection, but it's clearly not a Santa outfit. It's nice. It's real nice. There you go. End of the Line has been redeemed. Skullcap, it's okay. It's kind of It's going to go with the condor cap. There you go. I think it's overused as well. I used to see it all the time in pubs. Don't even know what this one's called. Gives you like a skull face. It keeps... Does it keep the normal helmet? I don't think it does. It gives you like little horns. I think it's cool. Call me an edgelord if you will. I think it's cool. It's going with the crit cloak. You could equip it with like the bone doiler. You could equip it with like a bunch of Halloween cosmetics. It's nice. Chieftain's... What is this called? Chieftain's Challenger? I don't fucking know. Seems a bit culturally insensitive. I hate to bring that up, but yeah, it's kind of... It's weird. It is weird. I don't know what you equip it with either. I think we are just going to put it in... We're going to count it as a random hat from a random period of time. That's where we're going to put it, I think. This one is always in F tier. In every video it will be F tier. Caped Crusader, not as good as it should be. The fact that it's just like a fully rigid cape is kind of weird. I don't know about that one. So I think it is E tier, actually. That might annoy some people. It would be really cool if it wasn't for the fact that it was just a rigid fucking cape. 2 Fortnite, there's more you can do with it on Soldier than you can do with it on Scout. That being said, I think it's still F tier, but it's still above the Butler. The Diplomat, or whatever it's called, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's pretty nice. I think it can go with the Kringle collection. They both do like bits around your sleeves and a bit of belt and a bit around the collar. You know, they are quite similar in that weird way. Pestering Jester, not as good on this as it on Soldier as it is on Scout. It's going to go with like the ha-ha hats, I guess. Handy Canes, well, we know exactly where they're going. Reader's Choice. He doesn't have... I feel like a lot of his cosmetics already take up the eye slot with sunglasses, you know? And like, what are you equipping this with, honestly? You could do it in a colonial set, though, now that I think about that. So that's actually saved it, I think, a little bit. That being said, bottom of C, it's still pretty boring. And Stout Shaco has to be below C, because it's not in the same tier as the Toy Soldier. It can go D, I guess. Yeah, it goes with the kind of ugly hats. There you go. Boom. And that is our Soldier tier list. The S-ranked hats, in case you've forgotten, are Sophisticated Smoker, because it's a 3-in-1. Lone Survivor, because it changes the shape of your chin. Lieutenant Bites, because it's law accurate and it's a unique misc that slot's not being used for anything else. Soldier's Stash, super thematic and in line with the Soldier's character, in that you can equip it with almost any other of his helmets and it'll look good. Public Speaker, it's funny and the same reasons as the Soldier's Stash. Insert that bit of dialogue again. Veteran's Attire and Cold Snap Coat, just really nice looking torso cosmetics that you can use with almost any cosmetic set and they'll look good. The Allfather, it's the classic beard, it's the beard everyone thinks of when they think of TF2 beards, and it has 2 styles. And finally, the Lumbricus Lid, because it is the only cosmetic to change a taunt in the way that it does, which means it has to be S tier in my rankings. The same reason those fucking football boots got to S tier in the Scout video. If it has a unique feature that no other cosmetic in the game does, that's obviously S tier, regardless of how good or bad the actual hat looks. And in this case, it looks good and is 2-in-1 because it changes your grenades, which is actually a bonus because it stops you from being able to equip any of these shitty cosmetics. You won't be able to, and you've been saved from that. Also, I just realised the Captain's Cocktails, like the icon is not following the correct trend. Look at these. His torso's always greyed out, greyed out, greyed out, greyed out. Red. Full colour. They couldn't even be asked to make the icon look good. There you go. Well, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video, which could be anything. And then we'll be back with this, with the Pyro Cosmetics. So, wait, I don't have the right kind of bottle to do it. Oh shit, there's still tea in that cup. That was probably absolute shit. I'm ending the video now. Goodbye.